Welcome to Business Spotlight. I am Rob Andrew, and I'm delighted today to be joined by Omid Moallemi from Prsnt. Good morning, Omid.
Morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
It's great to have you with us. And maybe the best place to start would be, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yeah. So the business. So my background is in product design and innovation, which I've been doing for the last 15 or so years. And Prsnt, the business that we're working on now, excuse me. Sorry. We started with my business partner, David Parr, who we've known each other for, going on to nearly 20 years now. And it was during sort of just around lockdown, we had this time, like we all had, to either sit out in the sun or get constructive and try and solve an issue. And both of our background were in design, so we're always talking about big challenges, how we can sort of influence those, and if that's something that we can do. And essentially this is an idea that we've had for maybe 10 years, and it's how do you send a gift easily. And Prsnt is essentially just a really easy way to send someone a gift, built-in calendar. It will remind you of their birthday. You can then choose from hundreds of brands. You can send someone something like a Starbucks coffee, add a video message and send it via text. 10 seconds, all done. They get the gift on their phone via a text message. They unwrap the wrapping paper, and they get a nice bit of confetti, see the gift, view your video message saying, "Happy birthday, Rob. Here's a coffee from Omid." You can then go into Starbucks, show them the code at the till, get your coffee and send a video message back, gifting all completed. That's essentially what the product does.
Excellent. It's like all the best ideas, they're simple. Superb.
Yeah.
So you started up.
Simple.
Sorry?
On the surface, it's simple, but beneath the iceberg, it's always the same.
I'm absolutely sure. So you started just after COVID. That's when you launched. Is that correct?
Yeah. So we had the idea sort of just before COVID, and we were starting to raise money to build the first product. And then, Boris shut the country down, and anyone with any money said, could put that back in the pocket. Long story short, we managed to secure our first 50,000 from an investor, a family friend. That allowed us to build a very basic MVP product, which when we look back at it now, it was pretty shoddy, but it allowed us to, can I send David a gift? Can he go and redeem it in the shop or online? And it did that. And it also allowed us then to raise more money on the back of that. So it was a very challenging time to create a business, but in a funny way, with our type of use case, it just shone a spotlight on it. It's like when you can't be with people, how do you get a gift to them? And we were glued to our phones for that whole period, if not more than ever now. So it was like, okay, let's marry that technology up with this ritual that we as humans do. How often do you send a happy birthday text message? We could all probably say, we've done that 3 times in this month. So it's almost like linking that sort of habit formation to what gifting can be or should be in a digital transformation. So that was it. And us just being sort of creatives, we just buried our head down and created the company.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The simplicity, but as you said, obviously deeply complex underneath, I'm sure. Tell me a little bit more about the journey, though. I mean, in terms of perhaps some challenges that you faced since starting up.
Yeah, I don't think the challenges ever stop. It's it's every week there's a challenge. I think most people that that start a business, it's just an uphill struggle. It's never an easy ride. It doesn't matter how small you are or how big you are. You're going to face the same issues. For us, it's a constant in our sort of sector. I think the biggest challenge for us is fundraising, because for our vision to realize, we want this product to be on the homepage of everyone's phone, because we believe it's that important. We believe gifting's an extension of ourselves, connecting people, and it's something we do constantly. So I like it to be a global business, but to get there we need money. And every time you go to investors, they want to see different things, different pitch decks, different metrics, and it's very difficult to convince people to part with that money. But we've done about 3 rounds to date, and it's not an easy journey. It's constantly backing yourself and believing yourself and put that into words and context that these guys can understand, and then have that confidence to go again and put their money in your company. And it is something that every time we speak to people, they're always like, yeah, but you can't do this, or this is, and it's saying, yeah, but this is us. I think we've got not an arrogance, but we understand what we're doing, and we're more than capable of doing it. So that's one thing we've grown as a company is, no, we're going to do it. The reason we're going to do it is because every time someone like you has doubted us, we've done it, and we've done it 4 or 5 times. So now we've got the confidence to go, and for us, that's the biggest challenge.
And that's really interesting, actually. If we could stick on this point, this raising funds in the current climate as well from investors. You said you've been through 3 rounds now. What would be the single biggest lesson you've learned from those 3 rounds that you'll take into the 4th round?
Well, there's a couple of things. I think one, don't mess around anymore. Like, there's so many conversations we've had that have lasted almost a year. And when you're quite young as a company, you're willing to put out time, but essentially, if nobody's got the appetite within the first meeting, just walk away. Don't waste your time, because you can string yourself up there. Oh, maybe if I say this, or send them an email, or try and give it. No, if they don't get it, they're not the people for you. The ones that we've brought into the company, they have a look around, they think about it, they think about the problem that you're solving or what your business offers, and they're like, okay, I get it. Now, are you guys the guys that can actually pull this off? So that's the thing. It's more about yourself as opposed to the business and the idea. What would the other thing could be? I think that would be probably be the biggest thing to realize.
And so the key to that is what you said earlier, confidence. Is that correct?
I think so. I think it's just be confident in your product, that you know more about the market than they do. They've only looked at your business for, if they have, minutes. You've been in it. You've thought you dream about it. Your eyes were open in the morning. You're thinking about business. You're putting the kids to bed. Part of your brain's thinking about your business. So it's, more about it than them, and don't let anyone tell you not. I mean, the world's littered by people doubting companies. If you look at James Dyson, the way he's was laughed out of the room by Hoover. Netflix were laughed out of the room by Blockbuster. Yeah, it's even Alan Sugar said, "Oh, the iPod won't take off." So you've got so many people that don't understand or see where your vision is. But that's their own limitation and not yours. And I think you should really look into that and just say, no, I'm on a mission. I'm going to do it, and it's going to happen. You're either with me or you're not. And just don't waste time with people that don't share that.
Okay, so back yourself, basically.
Yeah, and the other thing I would touch upon that is the deal's never done until the money's in the bank. We've had a few term sheets and heads of terms there, and think, oh, this is good, and then wake up the next morning and think, no, all finished. It's they pulled it or something like that. So don't be overconfident. Get the deal done quick, and if people are interested, say, here's the term sheet. If you really want to do this, let's do this today. Otherwise, if there's something stopping, that's always a bit of a red flag. You should think about alternatives.
That's excellent. Really useful sharing. Thank you for that, Omid. Okay, if I could take you back to just after COVID and starting up, what's one thing perhaps you would do differently, if anything, of course?
Loads, probably. What we do differently there. For me, potentially, and this is something that I should have maybe listened to my partner David a bit more, is I'm very excitable with innovation and ideas, and I want everything done now and today. Where David's a lot more pragmatic and would say, no, let's do it in linear stage. So I think maybe on the tech side, I'd be a bit more, less excitable, should we say, and just focus on the steps now, which I now sort of agree with.
Okay, so but actually you've got a good balance then there with David.
A really good balance. I mean, it's I don't think I'd ever be able to do this without him. So we sort of cross over in the middle of our thinking, but we've both got our sort of expertise in other areas. So we challenge each other. without falling out. But it's always, this is an idea, and it's something we both tend to agree on. We'll definitely go ahead of it. It's something that don't have the expertise in, but he's confident in. Then we'll back each other, and then we'll move ahead that way. And it seemed to have worked so far. So yeah. Excellent.
Let me ask you, what makes you stand out from your competition?
What makes us stand out from our competition? Again, without sounding too arrogant, I'd say we've met loads of people in this area and what things are going on, and we've had a lot of, again, doubters. And dare I say it, because we're men and we're in gifting, it's an area that we shouldn't be in. We've had that a few times, but it's down to the people. And one thing I say is, it's us, what we really understand around what we're trying to do, and this whole market we're trying to build. We almost see ourselves, the ultimate goal is to build a company zero, and then you'll have all the Me Too competitors taking up first, second, and third spot. That's where we see ourselves. And that's, again, it's a bit like, we've been working in design for God knows how many years or decades, and this is what companies have paid us to do. Here's a problem, can you guys solve it? And we've done it time and time again. And this time we're just doing it for ourselves. So I think that's the way we stand out our competition. We've got that behind us. I think we've also got a very unique gifting proposition. If you look at anyone says, oh, well, I can send a gift from Amazon, and say, yeah, you can, but what's the person's address? Oh, I don't know, I think they moved. You text them address. What's your address? The day before your birthday. You're like, oh, the surprise is gone. Or you don't pay the £3.95 packaging option on Amazon, and you get a massive box. And who's this from? So it's not really gifting, it's more e-commerce and just a different delivery address. And it's always next day. Moonpig's great, but it's a single-use, unsustainable product that's almost, it uses a lot of carbon footprint just to deliver a lovely, beautiful moment, which they do really well. But essentially, what do? You spend £5 plus a stamp on a Moonpig. Again, you've got to wait for the postal service to get it right. The person reads it, says, oh, happy birthday, Rob, from Sarah. Great. Stick it on the mantelpiece, leave it there for a week, and then bin it. What we're offering is instant gifting, instant digital gifting. So it's all about the moment there and then. So you find out on Facebook, let's be honest, or in a WhatsApp group, and you've got no other way of greeting that person with a gifting message apart from, I'm just going to send them a WhatsApp message with a little dancing cat, which is lovely. But our gifts start from £3 right up to thousands of pounds. You can send someone a BA flight if you want. Being able to send somebody a gift with a lovely message within 10-15 seconds delivered directly to them is a beautiful thing. And we're almost messaging with a gift. That's the way we see ourselves, and that's why our customers love what we do. And one of our biggest sellers are just because gifts. People are sending their loved ones, oh, here's lunch on me from Deliveroo, have a great day, that type of thing, or grab yourself a coffee on the way to the meeting, you've got this, etc. It's something that other competitors can't do. You're not going to send a Moonpig, you're going to send a Bloom and Wild or even an Amazon for those other moments. And when you put us as a cost comparison against traditional greetings, let's say, you go to WH Smith's and you buy a card, you look on the back, it's a D, what's that, £4.95, and then £1 for a stamp, pretty much. It's a lot of hassle, whereas you can send these little mini gifts that we have, which are actually a tangible product at the same price point as a greetings card. But it's about it's the way we wrap that up with an emotional message, the fact you've remembered them on their special day, or you've just reached out and said, this is for you, you're a superstar. That's a moment we do that nobody else does. And I don't think anyone on the planet really does it the way we do.
Messaging a gift, I like that. That's that's pretty cool. Omid, what inspires you at the moment? What or who inspires you at the moment?
It's not who, because I think there's a lot of people that inspire me. It's more of for me, it's a mindset. Without getting too much into politics, I'm not a politically minded person, but the older and, let's say, wiser I get, you think, these people create more probably problems than they do solve. Anyone that can create a solution, that's my thinking. I really sort of think, wow, you guys are superstars, because let's be honest, if you think back to who was the prime minister 200 years ago, Nobody knows. But there's technology, there's medical science that we are still using today by people that created 200 years ago. These are the people that lay the pathway for human species going forward. And anyone that can do something that in 200-300 years time think, oh yeah, that harks back to that person, they're the people I think we should really push and champion, and not other people that don't create those solutions. Because, you know, you look around us, the world we live in, if it's not natural, it's been created by someone. And if it's a really genuine thing that enhances us in our daily lives, they're the people I sort of think, wow, you guys have smashed it. You know, you know, even the fork for me, it's like, wow, the fork, what a brilliant invention. Hasn't changed for, you know, centuries, and it feeds us. It's an amazing piece. Sorry.
That's great stuff, Omid. You know, let's look for people that give us solutions, not highlighting problems. So
Exactly.
Brilliant stuff. Okay, final question, Omid. I know it's awards season. Have you got any news or announcements that you'd like to share with us today?
Yeah, we recently won an award. Where is it? This one here, which is our Phoebe 100, which is a really nice thing for us to win. It was so basically there's an entrepreneurial group called the Phoebe 100, which is the UK's fastest growing 100 companies led by the founders, i.e. so they're not private. We haven't made that list just yet, but we were put onto the 25 ones to watch list, which for us is fantastic. And we picked that trophy up about 2 weeks ago in Abbey Road Studio 2. So it was an amazing event. It was in the same room the Beatles did recorded all their sounds with the actual pianos they had. So that was pretty special. But the room was full of amazing entrepreneurs and people that have owned their businesses, that have, you know, they're when you get in a room with entrepreneurs, people who run the business, they all have the same stories. You know, they're in the, oh no, we're going to go bankrupt stage, or, you know, everyone's got the same tricky path. It's never an easy day. And some of these companies are turning over 200 million, and you speak to the founders and they're like, yeah, no, it gets even worse, or that type of thing. But it's a mindset, I suppose. You're going to get challenges every week, every day. You don't know what it is. You just got to go in with a smile on your face and be resilient and think, okay, this is a horrible day for the company, but there's always a solution to a problem, and it's just figuring that out and leaning on like local businesses or people, that sort of group is an amazing thing. So we've met some really high sort of caliber people that are just like, think, wow, you guys are doing amazing stuff, but you're not too dissimilar in the thinking that we're trying to do. So it's like, yeah, it's a brilliant award for us to have picked up, and yeah, we're super proud.
That's excellent, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's great. How best for viewers to get in contact with you?
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, if anyone, yeah, is watching this and wants some advice, I'm happy for them to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just drop me a message and mention the podcast. If anyone wants to check out our products, they can just go to the App Store on iOS or Android and just type in Prsnt, Prsnt, send and receive gifts. And yeah, if you need to send a gift, we're there for you. So yeah, you can never forget that person's birthday again and get away with it.
Absolutely. Omid, thank you very much indeed for your time and your sharings. It's been really insightful, and I'm looking forward to following your journey to success over the coming months and years.
Thanks for having me, Rob. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. All the best.